Welcome to my top 5 favorite animes. My top 5. Let me put that out there because I know how people get. My top 5 for 2024. So let's get started. So, my number 5. Now, it was kind of hard for me to pick, and I'm gonna list the reasons of why they're there where they are. And some of them could move. But my top 5 is going to be My Hero Academia. And here's why. So with My Hero Academia, I was a very, very big hater. I was not, oh my God, My Hero Academia, I love My Hero. I did not care. I didn't care when it came out. I didn't care when people were cosplaying it. The only reason why I even started the show past episode 1 59 times trying to watch it and get into it was literally because I was like, oh, well, I just want something in the background. And I've already watched all these other shows. So let me just watch some anime in the background in English. Why not? So I'm watching it. Not watching it, but it's on in the background. And I'm working, chilling back working, and Deku says something. That was pretty motivating and interesting, when he had first got into school. And I was like, damn, you know what? Let me look at the screen. I'm looking at the screen, going back to working. Looking at the screen, going back to working. Looking at the screen, looking at the screen, looking at the screen. And eventually, I just sit back and I'm watching it now. I'm actually watching it. And then eventually I'm like, oh, that was a cool move. I like that. I like her outfit. Froppy and the girl that could float, I forgot her name. They kind of started interesting me. The teacher, Iwaza, he's sexy as fuck. So I was like, what the fuck is that? I love Dose. So I'm watching it, and then once they get to the point where they're actually just training every day and they're fighting, I really actually started to like it. I like the fighting. I like the powers. It's an anime where they actually make stupid powers actually good. The tape, spitting, pulling out your hair's whipping around. They just, somebody's tongue, somebody just looks at somebody, copycat, the most basic things you could ever think of. It'd be there's water bottle man, there's TV man, there's light bulb man. I thought it was funny. And then the outfits were super original for everybody. I loved the originality. And eventually I just really liked the camaraderie. I loved that it wasn't so childish all the time. I thought that the show would be super, super, super fucking childish because it's a shonen, but it actually really wasn't that bad. So I'm still watching it right now. I think I'm almost at season 4, and I've been binge watching it. So I've been watching it for in serious watching, not when I was watching it in the background. I've been watching it for about give or take 2-3 weeks. And yeah, I've gotten through a good amount. So, number 5, I'm going to have to give it to My Hero. Number 4. Now, number 4, I will say, this anime was an anime, I didn't even start in my, own, time. It wasn't I thought to start it. This guy was just oh, you watch anime? You're going to love this. And I was like, oh, yeah, sure. And it was our first date. I'm sitting back. He puts on Vinland Saga. And I'm like, okay, a medieval anime? That sounds dumb as hell. Medieval fighting, Viking. And I'm watching it, and I'm like, hold on. Look at that fighting. Hold on. The characters was looking good as fuck. Right after, my boy gets on that boat and starts hanging out with Axelad, I was mad. It really made me feel some type of way. And then he was in them streets. He was in He was in the war. He was in there fighting 15. He been in them streets. He's been in them streets. And I loved how heartfelt they made it. How they made it, like, they didn't really leave out stuff that you would think, okay, well, they're trying to sugarcoat it. No. His bones was broken. They made him walk. Like, oh, let me not spoil. But, you know, his bones was broken. They made him walk. Every time he got hurt, he had to help himself. Ain't nobody help him. Ain't nobody cook no food for him. Ain't nobody go get no food for him at all. He literally forgot what it was like to be a human because they did not give a fuck about him. They was just in them streets, and he was trying to kill Axelad. So, I really loved how, like, they really made it, like, emotional. Especially when he started meeting other people and they were trying to help him. It invoked so much emotion in me, especially the last season, when he was trying to change and he was just rewriting his whole life. Like, I cried. It was just so sad to see somebody that had went through so much traumatic shit, and then he's trying to fix his life, and they're saying the most heartfelt, sweetest quotes. He's sitting in the grass. He's really in the mountains. Like, he's really fixing his life. Like, I loved that anime. I'm so sad that it's over. I really hope it comes back. But Vinland Saga is an anime I never, number one, would have even thought myself to watch. And number two, I was so surprised on how good it was written. I don't care what people talk about with the last season because it didn't have that much fighting. The fucking story alone was heartbreaking. So, number 4, Vinland Saga. And I love the fighting. So, number 3. Number 3, I'm going to have to give it to Overlord. Round of applause. Okay, and here's why. Because Overlord's a little older, I think. I wouldn't say older, but these are the animes I'm watching now in 2024. I will say this is not like, oh my god, they came out in 2024. No, these are animes I'm just watching now. But Overlord is definitely another anime I was putting off that I was just like, oh, I don't really watch it. Like, it's not that important. Like, okay, like, I know about it. But one day I just clicked on it. I'm like, oh, let me just watch it in the background. And I'm watching it, and episode 1, I'm like, oh, this is sad. It's isekai. Oh. And then I see Albedo, and I'm like, Albedo, she looks good. And after after episode 1, I started seeing the other characters and just like how it was going, like with Shao-Tier and what's his name? The vampire, can't even think of his name right now. Just all of them, and it just started to get more and more complex. I was really interested on how the NPCs were going to act and how the story would go. I love the humor. I love that it was really coming from an adult perspective, not a child. The world building was very interesting. I think the last season, I feel like that was its weakest season, only because like him going off the rails and doing what he was doing and letting Albedo and the vampire do whatever. Demi-Edge, letting Albedo and Demi-Edge just do whatever, and then the casualty rate, I was like, are you being serious? So I feel like the last season just kind of didn't make sense. Like, they didn't really give too much away. Like, I get that it was a plot twist with old girl, but at the same time, kind of rushed, but at the same time, I love the explanation of magic, the characters, the upgrades, the fighting, the what else? The complexity, and of course, I love the vampire. And then I also like fighting and magical anime, so. But yeah, Overlord, love, love, love. Let's give it number 3. Now, number 2. This one, I think this one did come out this year. And with this anime, I also did put it off because I was like, oh my god, everybody's hyping it up. Like, it's just like a bandwagon. I don't want to watch it. But then I was bored and I was just like, oh, you know what? I'm going to watch Solo Leveling. And I put it on and I'm looking at it. I'm like, oh, this ain't going to be nothing. Like, it's the isekai. I get it. He going to level up by himself. Cool. And I watched the first episode and I was like, what the hell? Like, as soon as I thought it wouldn't get worse, it just kept getting worse and worse and worse. And I'm like, oh my god, this is hardcore. And that's what drew me into the anime. I love an anime where they just don't play. Like, yeah, this shit happened. We're not gonna sugarcoat it, and we're gonna show you. And we're gonna put you in 4K. Let's get you to 4K. Let's zoom in. Let's see his mom's perspective. Like, oh my god. But I loved the fact that it was hardcore. The isekai was cool. I like the metrics of the isekai. I like how they like explain the way that he has to level up and how it goes. His progression, ridiculous, but pretty well explained. I love how they show it. I love the voice actors they picked. I love the world building. I love a lot of things about the anime. I really actually binge watched it really fucking fast. And it was really good. I'm really excited for the next season. I don't remember where it left off at, but I cannot wait for him to like fight that boss. Because it's like you see episode 1 where they literally couldn't even fucking move. Literally, they move, doop, head off. Doop. Like, they literally freeze. And then I want to see the other powerful heroes. Like, I want to see what they can do. Like, there's just so much. I'm so excited to see it. But with that being said, this is my last but my very favorite anime that I'm going to say for my top 5 of 2024, and it is Black Clover. Black Clover, and for multiple reasons, because this is also the number 1 anime I put off that I was just like, I don't want to watch this. I don't want to watch this. I don't care. Stop telling me to watch it. I hate it. I didn't like the screaming. I didn't like how many episodes it had. Like, I didn't like that the characters look so young. But after like forcing myself to watch it for the 5th time, I actually fucking fell in love with it. Like, literally, like, Black Clover literally like helped me through such a depressing time of my life. Like, I was like, thank God, if I didn't have Black Clover, I don't even know how the fuck I would have made it. Number 1, Asta. I love Asta's personality. Just like I love Deku's like spirit, like the fact that he's just never gonna fucking give up. Asta embodies that to the T. He don't got his arms, he got his legs. He don't got his legs, he got his teeth. He is not playing. He has never given up. I love the way he talks about his friends. I love the way that he doesn't need anything. He says it several times. Literally, my power is my will to never give up. I loved that. It was such an encouraging anime to just see how like everybody around him was like, don't you ever fucking disrespect him. Like, they'd be like, oh, this nigga, he don't got no magic. He don't got no magic. He don't got no magic. And then what? The most, like, second most powerful character in there, his best friend, is in there like, don't you ever fucking disrespect him. That is my rival. That is my rival. I loved when they was just like, oh, this nigga weak. This nigga weak. You so strong. Like, you know, I know he can't even measure up to you. And he looked at them like, excuse me? Who are you? That is my rival. Asta? I respect him. Don't you ever disrespect him. He is way stronger than you. I loved how his friend always stood 10 toes on him. And everybody else, it was like, no, don't you disrespect him. Don't you disrespect him. I love the way that the Black Bulls always help each other when they always hung out. They're like, the beach. I love Yami. Yami is my favorite anime character. He's so sexy to me. It's my husband. I love, like, the fact that they have, like, such an interesting power scale. The powers are actually super cool. I love the power-ups, their development, the character designs, the world itself. I love how it's like structured with the kingdoms and what the kingdoms can do and the spirits. It's just so many things in that anime to love, and there's a lot of episodes. I would say that the fillers, I've watched the whole thing through and through. I did not skip an episode, and the fillers were not boring. Like, it was actually really good. So, with that being said, that is my top 5 anime. I hope you guys enjoyed. My next one I'm going to be doing is my top 5 fighting animes, because those do not line up. This is just my favorite top 5. But if I'm going to rank fighting, I'm really stickler about it. But with that being said, I hope you guys like it. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I hope you guys enjoyed my Gojo. I hope you guys enjoyed my Gojo background. And I'm going to try to do more of these. But I'll see you guys later. So, bye. Gotta read about it. A nigga tripping like I got a Z and dollars, got the trap.